Well, James, here we are again in front of my 6430, which is real close to that the one that you've got. It's actually the same as the 2000. Like I said in the other email, Husqvarna called it the Viking in some places, the Norse in other places. Sometimes it's just called the Husqvarna. So anyway, here we are, and if we look at our stitch width, this is stitch length with a reverse button, and yeah, you push it in for reverse and you let go for forward, because typically what you're doing is you're lock stitching, and so you'd press for the lock stitch and let go. So down here in with this pushed in like it is now, we've got stitch widths from 0 to 4. Now if you pull out on the, oops, excuse me, if you put it to 0 and pull out, see the buttonhole pattern? So I pulled it out now. If you push it in, pull it out. Now it will go to 4 different positions and back around to 0 again. And it detents in, and if we look at where I've got a business card in here, you can see that it's shifting the needle position back and forth as I'm turning it around. So when it's in the 0, you can push it back in. Now you're not going to go past 0, but you can go to 4, and you can't go past 4. So back to 0, pull it out, and you can spin it around indefinitely in both directions. But put it back in 0 and push in. Now it will only go so far. So if yours is not operating like that, that link to that other video that I gave you in the email, where he was looking in here at some positions of some pins, is where you could go investigating. And you know, again, a hair dryer to loosen up that stiff oil and make sure that this is pulling out all the way and pushing in all the way. If you notice in that video, he talked about pushing things with a screwdriver from in here to make things move. And in case you didn't know, this is just the feed dogs. That disengages the feed dogs, and that re-engages the feed dogs. And my phone, there we go, back in focus. So if any of these don't want to turn, don't force them. This one here, if you notice, my fingers are turning the knob a lot further than what the dial indicator in the back is doing. And so if this one's ever stiff, don't go torquing on it, because the gear ratio that changes that speed is known to break if you twist them against their will. So, all right, I'm gonna quit this so it uploads. I'll send you an email.